This video series has been filmed at AGC Northampton in the UK. This is a manufacturing site certified to IATF 16949 under a corporate scheme. AGC are a global organisation manufacturing automotive glass products for OE and service applications. The series simulates several scenarios in an IATF 16949 audit. Watch this video and see if the auditor is undertaking an effective audit.
So, hello Donna.
Hello.
Hi. So we're here to audit the moulding process, and I'm just wondering if you can talk me through your process. So if we can see the machine running, when the parts come out, if you can talk us through the quality checks that you do.
Okay.
We'll witness them, and then if we can see the documented information of where you get your checks from, whether that be a work instruction or something like that, and we can kind of verify how you're doing them to
Absolutely.
that. Is that okay? Okay, so can you talk me through?
Well, these are fresh.
Actually, first she takes the part from the mould and she'll inspect it straight away.
That's great, but if you wouldn't mind, could we get Donna to demonstrate the process,
Problem.
please? Thank you.
These are freshly out of the mould.
Okay.
What we're looking for is any tape marks. Also checking the settings are correct.
Yeah.
No weld mark lines on there. No scratches. As soon as we've done that, turn them over. The same that one. Checking all the time that the PVC is good. Turn over. Clamp it on so it can't move.
What was that you operated there?
It's the air for the suction cups.
Then that locks it in.
It locks it in place so it can't move because
Okay.
we detach these.
Yeah.
Throw them into the bin and we'll put washers on.
And is that a visual check for the washers, or is there anything other than that?
We've got a tool now that we use now to make sure that they're securely in place.
Good stuff.
And then we just put
And is that your identification mark?
Initial on it, just so any problems they can relate back to the operator.
So for traceability, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's the traceability from this section. So if anybody has anything, they know the shift it was made on.
Yeah,
Thank
exactly what shift. So then we do the labelling as well for the stillages. So all the information should match what's on there and on my paperwork.
And is that the most significant thing that can go wrong at this stage then? Is it that you miss some components?
Oh, well, it could be from missing components, missing defects.
Right.
And any problems on here at all, especially if it's more than one. If it's ongoing, then obviously from Brightworks, they can come straight over, we'll stop straight away.
Okay.
If it's something I've missed.
Yeah. Is the lighting in the area? Is it a particular setting so that you can do the inspection?
Yeah, they get, I don't know personally the setting it should be on, but I know they get tested regular.
So you know it gets checked. And who does that check?
One of the maintenance guys, yeah.
So we can follow that up with the maintenance team later?
Yeah, sure. I think it was about a week ago I've seen them come out. So
about a week ago?
Yeah.
Perfect.
If not a little bit less than that. So
thank you.
I know they have been done recently.
Brilliant. So thank you, Donna. So you showed me there was some electronic documentation available. Is this where you get it from?
This if you're not sure about anything, you'll come onto here and you'll see all the points that I've just shown you and how I work.
Brilliant.
Everybody, it just ensures everybody works exactly the same and does exactly the same job.
Excellent, thank you. If I can just take a note of the document and then I can follow that through in an audit trail, thank you. Brilliant. Standardised work, LPA, L1. Thank you very much.
In this video, the auditor is auditing the production process of glass moulding. A good practice is to ask the operator to give an overview of the process before getting into detailed questions. At this stage, the supervisor tries to take over and explain, but correctly, the auditor politely states that he wants the operator to explain. Another good practice, before asking detailed question, is to observe the process, in this case the moulding, and then question the assembly operator. To help ensure the correct insertion of the washers, the operator explains they have an assembly aid to help. While this cannot be classified as error proofing, as it is not error prevention, it is certainly a method of reducing the risk of incorrect washer insertion. The auditor asks a question about, based upon the operator experience, what can go wrong with the process. Once answered, this would give a good opportunity to check some of the potential failure modes in the PFMEA and verify the defined controls are in place linked to the control plan. The auditor observes the operator marking the product with her initials after the visual inspection, which the operator explains is to help with the traceability in the event of internal or external issues downstream, either internally or at the customer. This relates to IATF requirement 8.5.2.1, Identification and Traceability Supplemental, which includes a statement. The organisation shall conduct analysis of internal, customer and regulatory traceability requirements for all automotive products, including development and documenting traceability plans based on the levels of risk of failure, severity for employees, customers and consumers. There is an opportunity for the auditor to follow audit trails related to this. For example, to check the product marking requirements, for example, the date marking on the product from the moulding tool, and other related traceability records. The auditor then questions the lighting in the area. As the product in question will be seen on the exterior of a vehicle, IATF requirement 8.6.3, appearance items, is likely to be relevant. The requirement states, for organizations manufacturing parts designated by the customer as appearance items, the organization shall provide the following. A. Appropriate resources, including lighting, for evaluation. B. Masters for colour, grain, gloss, metallic brilliance, texture, distinctive of image and haptic technology as appropriate. C. Maintenance and control of appearance masters and evaluation equipment. D. Verification that personnel making appearance evaluations are competent and qualified to do so. The auditor states he will follow up on the control of lighting with maintenance later in the audit. Finally, the auditor asks the operator to show how they have access to the relevant process documentation. The operator shows an instruction posted in the area and then takes the auditor to a computer station close to the process to show some of the electronic documentation. This relates to IATF requirement 8.5.1.2, standardised work, operator instructions and visual standards. This states the organisation will ensure that the standardised work documents are A. Communicated to and understood by the employees who are responsible performing the work. B. They be legible. C. Presented in a language understood by the personnel responsible to follow them. D. Accessible for use at the designated work areas. The standardised work document shall also include rules for operator safety. Note, In this requirement, it does not require documents to be in hard copy format. The key thing is for the auditor to verify the auditee, in this case the operator, is familiar with where to locate the relevant documentation and that they are complying with the relevant requirements. So let's summarize. It is evident in this audit that the operator is competent to perform their task and very confident to explain the process to the auditor. The auditor, while asking some good questions and following audit trails in a logical way, had the tendency to ask too many closed or leading questions. However, in this case, because of the confidence of the operator, this didn't really affect the overall effectiveness of the audit.